So when I started getting ready to do the swap, and really throughout the whole entire process, I was thinking about gauges for the truck. I really like to be able to look at everything, especially when I'm towing. And so this is what I did. I won't say it's cheap. There's a lot of money invested here, but just to give you an idea of what kind of gauge setup I have on my 2010 F250 with a 24 valve Fummins swap. The truck had an SCT on it when it was a 6.4, and so I just utilized that to monitor, everything that's still available after the swap's done. On the SCT, I've got all of the warning parameters set to where all these will glow red or like flash red, and there'll be a red flashing light here. So that way I've got I'm able to monitor all of this stuff off of the 6.4 SCT that came on the truck. Then this truck's compound setup. So what I've got is basically this gauge. The truck does have a exhaust brake. This gauge monitors the back pressure, and so I make sure I'm not getting too much back pressure for the exhaust brake. This gauge monitors boost between the low pressure turbo and the high pressure turbo. And the reason it has a vacuum section on it is because I could not find at the time a 30 psi gauge that was just read 30 psi, but I probably will change that at some time. And of course, all the factory gauges, the boost gauge here still works. All these gauges work, so I can read total boost here. Of course, RPM, all that stuff still functional. Trans temp, engine temp, all that still works. Then down here, I wanted manual gauges to watch. So over there on the left is my fuel pressure, and that's a fast fuel system, lift pump. Then of course the oil pressure on the truck, just a manual gauge. A lot of people frown on running a manual gauge, but honestly, if it's hooked up right, and that has copper supply line, so I'm not worried about it. And I would rather have to clean a little oil out of my floorboard than to run the truck low on oil pressure. So water temp, just a manual water temp gauge. And then up here is the Quadzilla. A lot of people ask about the Quadzilla. There's like a love-hate thing. Some people love them, some people say it's a waste of money. To me, I like it just because I'm able to monitor, and I've got different gauge setups to where I can monitor different things. This also has a few options on what you can do with as far as the warnings and all of that. So I would probably say it's worth it just for the gauges, in my opinion. Another thing I like about it is it has defuel. So if your exhaust temperature gets too high, you can defuel the truck automatically through Quadzilla. And then of course the tuning capability, which was necessary on this truck because it has 150 horse injectors, so it's a little bit smoky until your turbos light up. And so I wanted it so I could pull fuel down low, and that's what I did. So I'm really happy with Quadzilla. But anyway, that's my setup. I was going to do one of the Phoenix radios that puts the big productivity screen right here, but some people say they're kind of glitchy. And then in addition to that, I wasn't absolutely sure that I could even run the Quadzilla app on that screen, because there's some kind of difference in the, I don't even know the terms, but the mobile software that comes with that Phoenix radio may not interface with the Quadzilla app. So decided just to go with this. Now, I'm not a huge fan of it hanging underneath my rearview mirror. It does create a blind spot right here, but you don't really use that a lot. The worst thing is if you're doing like a right-hand turn, you have to kind of lean over and look around if you need to see something. So, but I did have it mounted down here, but I didn't like having to look down to see it. I figured this was less dangerous, especially towing, than having to look down there. But anyway, so that's my setup. And then we got these phone chargers here that actually just replaced the cigarette lighter port there, and it has the voltage on there, so I can see my voltage there as well. But that's my setup. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions, please let me know. Thanks so much to the Fummins swap community. I am very grateful for all the help, and I hope I can add a little help back. All right, guys, talk to you later.